How y'all doing out there this late afternoon? I want to get real about something, and probably both sides of the political people aren't going to like this, and even probably y'all out there, the 65%, you're not going to like it because nobody likes to hear the truth about our existence. Man, we talk about every other goddamn thing in the world, but our existence, our reason for being here. What are we doing? We don't talk about it. Over time, they have shifted the role of the servants and what they do for the people. And now, the servants are the masters, and the people are the fucking slaves, man. You sit around and wait for some fucking crumbs. You sit around and wait for them to throw you a bone. You wait till your party's in charge, and you'll get some things that they tell you that you want. How many of the things that you really want that these people offer you? They'll tell you, oh, what about my rights? I want my rights. Rights? Rights. That's something a man grants you. You have a universal right to life. How you decide to take that life and live it, that's up to you. But in this nation right here, I'm not going to talk about the rest of the world. In America, they've taken you down to a point to where you blame everybody else but the system, but the establishment, but the servants for all your problems, all your demise. Oh, everything in my life's bad because of the other party. Everything's my life's bad because of Trump. It's bad because of Biden. It's bad because of Obama. It's bad because of Bush. It's bad because you don't go take your life into your fucking hands. And the reason why I'm fired up about this is because I've been watching this 180-degree turnabout. I'm watching what we used to call what we call the left. I'm watching them actually stand up and fight for a change. All right? And I'm watching the right turn into bootlickers. What happened to Don't Tread on Me? Huh? What happened to 1776? What happened to Death to Tyrants? You lick their fucking boots because you're loyal to your party. And most of you are loyal to Trump because you're fucking racist. Period, flat, hands down, or you're scared of the racist. So all you Hispanics out there that pull for Trump, and the Hispanics for Trump thing, the leader of that got sent away. Why, your fucking leader got sent away. Black folks, I come from the same place you do. And I see you holding tighter than anybody else out here. You should have been done went off. But it's not for me to tell you what to do. And I'll tell you right now, like I've told you all during the past, I do not know the plight of black people in America because I was not black, but I know the plight of poor people in America because I was poor. And you know what? It was such a good life, better than a slave to the system, that I came back to it. And I don't live poor. I live like I want. So when people out there say, well, Bill, there's really no such thing as freedom. Okay. There's no such thing as freedom. I don't have a freedom of choice to live like I want. I keep my income and everything to a point to where I don't have the temptation to get into debt or to buy bling bling or want what Joe Blow's got down the street. Oh, he's got a new bass boat, honey. I gotta get me one. I know, honey, but he got his old lady a brand new SUV to take the kids to school in. I want one. Let's go get in debt. We can't afford none of this fucking shit, but let's go get in debt because they got one. Hey, Faith, hey, John, and Dan and Jonathan, and hey, you take this the way you want. I'm being straight up for real. It's cold as hell. I just got to cut the propane back on, so my nose is running a little bit. But I'm really tired of seeing this shit. There's this thing going around where somebody wrote that just looks great on paper. You don't really have a constitutional right to protest. You have a constitutional right to peaceful assembly. So there you go. There's your rights. But what about when they're well, you can't afford food? Huh? Why ain't nobody standing up about that? Huh? What about the fact that the water's toxic? Or how about this one big fact? What the fuck are they doing to the fucking skies? What is that shit coming down on your cars, everything else you see out there? Why ain't we standing up against that? Because see, this thing right here and the TV don't tell you to stand up against that. It tells you that they're contrails. It tells you that it's above you. They're planes. They're way up in the sky. We can't get to them. They gotta fucking land, by the way. But anyway, we don't stand up about nothing anymore. You stand up. Like I said, the left's actually standing up, but it's still politically motivated. But that's only a small percentage of the people that are actually out there in the streets right now. The rest of us out here, that's outside of the left-right paradigm, and hey, Amy, how you doing, honey? Most people sit back and think, well, he's got a good point. She's telling the truth. They're actually doing something. Wow, they really like that pedophile. I mean, what's up with them? It's all based on politics, right? And why? And I was just telling the sister I blocked because I'm just tired of her gaslighting me and being older than me and should be an elder and out here telling things differently. Why the fuck would anybody out here in their right mind want to live under any of these systems, any of these presidents, any of this leadership when we are the ones that elected them, supposedly? And that's an illusion. Your federal income tax is voluntary. That's an illusion. The debt that they mount up is their debt. When they lose $1.2 trillion, $7 trillion, when a president like Trump, 5 years he's been in office, $11 trillion in debt, that's on them. That's their tax breaks. That's their bullshit. Hey, Jimbo. As a matter of fact, the debt, the national debt is owed to each other. And I told you this before. So how about this? Amy, Don, Jimbo, Dan, I forgive you of the debt that you owe me. If you don't mind, will you do the same? If you forgive me of our debt, then we won't owe nothing. You think, oh, well, China come up, we owe China. All the debt that we owe other people and then that's owed to this country, that all balances out and we are still to the good until these billionaires started stealing all the money. And if you don't want to see that part, I don't care, because this ain't about that. You got a right to believe what you want. So go deal with your rights, slave. Rights and liberty are trick words. Liberty, something you get like in the Navy, we get liberty call. If we did our duty, if when we come into port, we've done everything we're supposed to do, we kept our fucking, our shit squared away, we were salty when we were at sea, so now we can go out and whatever. I probably get drunk and get laid, which most of them do, which is a waste of time. But anyway, it don't matter. That's what they want to do, because they got a right to, because they're getting liberty. I don't want no fucking liberty. And rights, wow. I got the right to be me, and I got a right to live. Other than that, the rest of that shit's bullshit. If I want to conceal carry, if I want to open carry, if I want to go fuck something up, that's my choice. Now, I live in reality as well. So I know that the man can kidnap me anytime he wants. I know that the man can put me in prison. I know that the man can shoot me in the street like a dog. I watch him do it to other people. So I'm not stupid. After, like, wow. Coming from poverty, then going to, when we're working as a teenager, to just have stuff, to get things, because I couldn't get them from home, and that was what, we were taught, go work, go rake some leaves. I mean, how many fucking youngins or anybody really, besides the Mexicans y'all got rid of, so there should be plenty of opportunities. Go up and knock on the door. Miss Lady, sir, can I shovel that snow right there, for $5? Can I rake your yard? Can I mow your grass? Well, now y'all want $100 for it or $1,000 for it or something. And that's because everything's so expensive. If there was a food crisis, then the grocery stores would be suffering with us, but they're once again having record fucking profits. Record fucking profits. So, why ain't nobody standing up right there? This thing they wrote anyway is saying, well, you got a right to sit there and hold a sign and sit with a bunch of people and peacefully, you can't holler, you can't, Viva Revolution, you can't do nothing. And that's what you got from the government. And basically, that's close to being true. That's somebody leaning. I can tell that. I can tell when somebody's a closet Magonite or a closet fucking progressive that don't go nowhere. I can tell. Because they always kind of, just put something out there, but it's got the lean towards what they have been programmed and indoctrinated and lived their life supporting what the party says. Left says you can have an abortion. The right says you can't. The left says no guns. The right says no guns. And you right-wing motherfuckers, even the NRA shot Trump down, which don't matter. I'm sick of this illusion, but I like to point things out like that. Why is it that everybody in the fucking world, the other world leaders, it looks at this man and laughs, and they're just waiting for him to go, and hopefully they'll pick back up with us again somewhere down the line. Hopefully things will go back to the way they were, because there wasn't nothing wrong with them. Because some people out here really believe the bots that talk to them, and the Chinese and Russian counterintelligence that talk to them. Hey, Amber, how you doing, honey? And all this other thing that they see. I'm going to tell you right now, you can just take this the way you fucking want to. The support of that man in office right now, you're either a pedophile, or you're a weirdo, or you're a fucking, or you're, or just flat out, you're racist. You don't like other people that ain't like you. You think this is a white America, because that's what America first is. And that's before all these ACLU and all these other ones, were told what to say. Wow, the people out there that are supposed to be protecting people from racism and bigotry and hatred have done what the racists and the bigots and the haters told them to do. They have erased the right-wing hate and the right-wing shit that was all in there. But America first, TPUSA, all that fucking MAGA, the whole MAGA movement, it's all about a white Christian nationalist America, and it's being brought to you by people married to Jews and Hindus. Wow. Just fucking wow. The hypocrisy that you follow and are loyal to the bone, where you will just drop what little bit of rice you got. You'll just give your bone right back to the master. Here, master, you need this bone more than me. It never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. Hey, Tiffany, how you doing, honey? We're trying to stay warm. Right now, I'm pretty hot, though. Cause I'm just tired of seeing this twist, man. It's like when you sit back and you watch this from the outside looking in, where most people that really decided in their life that they did not want to be a part of the system walked away from the system. Yeah, it took me till 2012, so, I waited a little too. I mean, I waited longer than I should. I told myself 50, and that was before 50, but it don't matter. Here I am. Is it a hard life? To most people it is. Physically demanding sometimes? Sure. What is your job like? Are you happy there? Is everything going great? When you want to just go fuck off one day, or you just want to go do something besides do what the man, what you're getting the paycheck for, that you give them back half of it voluntarily in taxes. Well, wow, can you do that? To me, it's worth not having somebody telling me what to do on a job where I know better than the boss man. Matter of fact, most people all know better than the owner. And hey, Courtney, how you doing, honey? Most everybody out here knows the job, especially if it's in manufacturing, better than the owner. All they're good at is manipulation. Making you think that they're the boss, that they deserve $400-something to your $1. Now, they get all the profits because they're taking all the risk. Well, that's you. They got the biggest risk there. They'll have to go run the machines and make the stuff themselves. That's called power from knowledge and unity, which is in unions, which by your time clock, everybody's got a time clock. Look back, there should be a sheet up there. It's supposed to be up there. You have the right to form a union anytime you want to. If you're in a business or something like that, and it don't matter if there's 5 of y'all or 500 of y'all. If you can get together enough and say, if we did a walkout, because they, was a lot of people did it when the mask shit came up. And the COVID, especially when the vaccine thing came up, a lot of them did. And a lot of them turned around and just sucked their fucking dick. The government, contrary to popular what you want to believe, did not and cannot mandate you to do a damn thing. The corporations ran with this. These big corporations that own a lot of the little smaller corporations, which only thing out there was small business. And they brought in Linda McMahon, was the czar of small business, and the first Trump administration, and she completely destroyed that shit. And then the Rona did the rest of it. The Rona did the rest of it. You can't go to a mom and pop shop, but you can go into Walmart. You can't go to a lumber yard where a guy runs by himself, but you can go to Home Depot. You can't go to the farmer's market, but you can go to Target. You can go to IGA, you can go to Piggly Wiggly, you can go to all these places. That's the fucking corporations. They got what they wanted. And, you know, that's been since 1871. I get it. The Organic Act of the Constitution made them an entity so they could basically lobby for laws, and they have done that. And they've got exactly what they want. You are nothing but a fucking slave to them. They don't even have to pay you the full amount of that you hired in on. And from 1992 until 2012, when I quit machine shops, I ain't never take no federal income tax out of my paycheck. I told them flat out, you ain't taking them, don't take that out of my check. FICA is required by law. That's my Social Security, your Social Security, SSDI, food stamps, welfare, all that stuff. And it has a fucking surplus, and it was only 7% of my check. 50% of your check goes to the fucking man, and they're in debt with your money, with your straw man name. That's another thing. They use you like these fucking hackers do. They fucking make a whole different thing, and they go around there and they borrow money in your name, and they do all this other stuff in your name. Just like hackers. When a hacker gets caught, unless he gets pardoned by Trump, he goes to prison. When they do it, you're over there going, rah. You're going, next 4 years, we'll get our guy. I'm going to lobby real hard. I'm going to go out there and put a sign in my front yard. Says, vote for this motherfucker. Because I don't like this motherfucker. Well, I don't like none of the masters. You like your master, Mag and Ice? You like your master, don't you? He's not even good to you. He's like the worst master you could ever have. But you like him, don't you? You love him. You hate to love him, but you love him. And you over there on the left, you love to hate him, don't you? Love to hate. Love to hate. Love to hate. There's some power in that that's not good for you. By the way, in those words. Don't you start. Hey, Shashina, how you doing, honey? Hey, Sarah, yay. But the whole fucking point I'm trying to make is y'all are out there bickering about the details of rights. The federal government originally and to this day was only put in place to ensure you got your rights. The little slave tokens that you get if you act right and you do them to the letter of it. Since then, 1789, they have nitpicked away at those rights, the meaning of them. The only two that's really been left to be was the First and Second Amendment. To me, the Fourth Amendment's the most important, because if you can't search and seize my person or my home, then I can do whatever. Fuck off. There you go. But now it's if they get a warrant, or if enough people snitched on me, or they have enough evidence, or they have enough reason to believe I'm doing something, so now they can come in. Now they're trying to tell American-born citizens right here that you got to show your fucking ID to ICE. And you know what the right wing is saying? Now they're going, well, what's wrong with showing him your ID? Because I ain't got to, slave. I don't got to show him a goddamn thing, except for this and the fucking my backside when I walk away. But people are sitting there going, well, am I being detained? Am I being detained? If you're detaining me illegally, I got a right to kill you, motherfucker, to get away. Don't believe me? Go look that up. Supreme Court made that a fucking law. You're not supposed to be fucked with here. But we allowed it. Y'all, your domestication is way out of hand. The luxuries, the bling bling, the comfort, It don't make strong people. It makes weak people, sick people that die early, that have children that are weak, born weak and sick. That's not what we want. That's not what we need. That's not what this is all about. And it comes back to this shit called rights. You got a right to go to every one of them GMO fields, no matter whose fucking property it is, and take the poison away from your children and from your community. How you do that? Set it on fucking fire, watch it burn. How am I going to eat, Bill? I don't know how to eat without a grocery store. That's on you. That's domestication. And listen, yes, they made it easy. I get that. Matter of fact, they almost made it seem like it was the way of life in America. You know, they're doing all these things for us, Bill. You know, I mean, come on, man. Give them a break. They're trying to feed everybody at one time, kind of like Jesus. Jesus made that shit out of thin air, and that story was made out of thin air, by the way. But I like the parable itself. And the other thing is, he didn't feed them every fucking day. Because when you give a man the right to feed you, you just gave the man the right to fucking starve you. Rights. Yeah, fucking rights. Rights. Rights ain't right. What you want is freedom. And you need to take that freedom responsibly. You go off, and it fucks up somebody else, you're going to go down. You hurt other people, you're going to go down. These are common sense things. You don't have to live in fear of it because you're free. You're living like you want. Living their way has been the destruction of our Mother Earth. Period. If you just want to look at it as a planet, flat, round, oblong, figure eight, I don't give a fuck. It is a living being. Things live on her. They're all parasitic in nature, but we're the parasite that destroys. We are the locust. Because we have lost our fucking way. We don't think for ourselves. We don't feed ourselves. We don't get our own water. You know, if you ever carried 5 gallons of water from a creek to your house, you would not spill a drop of it. You would watch people when they went to get a cup of it and they didn't spill a drop of it. But when it just comes through the tap and you pay your water bill for toxic water that you shit in and they clean it and they sell it back to you, you don't care. It's gonna be there, ain't it? When I cut the fucking tap on, when the little one bill says H on it, that means hot. When I turn that on, it's gonna be hot. I can't let it stay that way because it'll burn my hands. So I put on the cold. That makes warm and then I can wash my hands. You know, one of the most liberating things I've ever done in my life, and you probably think it's crazy, is take a fucking shower butt naked in a fucking thunderstorm. Let's try it. Don't knock me. Try it. You sit in your fucking house, in front of your computer, in front of your TV. You got the microwave, which takes all the nutrients out of your food. Stupid. You got the refrigerator that keeps it cold, but when you freeze meat, it takes all the nutrients out of it. Stupid. And they sell you this, and that's their idea. You was born into it. I get that. I get that fucking part big time. We were born into it, so well, I don't know no better. That's what growing up, learning, wisdom, that's what that's there for. You know, most everybody out here thinks that they can't do nothing to change the world, and you are so dead wrong about that. You change the world the minute you change your life. If 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, 1,000,000,000 people don't jump on board, big fucking deal. You just changed the world by changing your life. And that's what I decided to do. And after the Navy, where I had no choice in what the fuck I had no rights in there. I got some liberty calls though. I got out there and I was working for the man. Got a job right with Pratt & Whitney Aircraft. Why? Why do I want to go work a corporate job and make all this money and never have no time to spend it? Till I got married. I love my wife. I wanted to sit down and have a family, the white picket fence, the 2.2 kids. That was something they wanted me to do. I was just doing it because everybody else was doing it. So I've been there. But that's at 22 years old. By the time I was 28, I said, now I'm going to retire at fucking 50. I promised myself that at 28 years old, I said, I ain't doing this no more. When the government sat there and said they were going to have a new world order, when the leader of the free fucking world, which ain't free by the way, so that's kind of an oxymoron, said they was going to have a new world order after I threw the beer through the fucking refrigerator, I went and got and separated myself from the federal government, which you can do. Back then, it was $425. Today, I think it's right there, just under $3,000. You know what, Bill? I gotta have my Social Security. I've already paid into it. I don't want to lose my rights. All you lose is if you're not on this soil. Okay, that's all you lose. Is being able to run to an embassy if Al Qaeda comes to get you or somebody. You see? I still get my Social Security. I'll be getting it here. I'm ready. I'll be eligible April. But I can't. That motherfucker closed down all the Social Security offices. Wait, and here's the other thing. Where did all them jobs go? They're gone, right? So what are all them people? Did the people go too? And everything's jacking up on the prices. Nobody's got jobs. They're on unemployment. Which, by the way, if you're on unemployment, I'm glad. If you're playing the game to be on unemployment, fuck you, man. We're in a bad time. And it ain't that go get a job. Just figure out something else besides ripping off other people that were willingly and was happy to put money into a system to pay for old people, to pay for people that get hurt or injured, to pay for people that can't make it on their own. I had no problem giving 7 to 10 cents on the dollar. And if you do, you're a cheap fuck and you're not looking at who's ripping you off. Wow, get fucking wow on that, man. You don't want to bitch about the 51% of your paycheck that's federal income tax that you voluntarily pay. I never paid it, so you ain't tell me. Well, they ain't putting me in jail. I never even been threatened. The first year that I sent it in, I put exempt, and I let them have the money. So the next year I was exempt. They didn't take nothing out of my check. I didn't get a call from the IRS. I didn't get nothing from the IRS. I was working at Pratt & Whitney Aircraft, a major corporation and the number 2 defense contractor in America. You think, well, Bill, they'd probably give you some slack. They give me shit because it's fucking legal. And I was only there that last year, but every shop I went, every machine shop I went to work in, no, don't take that out. It's not legal. It's my choice, is what I tell them. It's my choice. See the biggest letters on the fucking form? It says exempt. But this is the other thing. You're going to believe what you want. And you only know what you have been taught. And when Friedrich Nietzsche said that about there's 2 different kinds of people, I learned that in private school, around the ages of 15 or 16. And that stuck with me for the rest of my life. There's 2 kinds of people. There's those that want to believe, and there's those that want to know, and I want to know. I don't have much faith, because faith, even the size of a mustard seed, ain't going to do jack shit, because a mustard seed ain't going to do jack shit either. We make things happen like that. You want to give all the credit to God or Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or whoever the fuck ever, go right ahead. That's your right. Right. That's your right, though. Straight up. But that's also your personal walk with God. So how about you and God keep that shit to your fucking self? I don't want to hear it no more. I'm really about tired of that too. Even though, because I've made a point about that, and a legitimate point about that being a personal walk, I don't get bothered with it that much. And hey, Kathy, and anybody else I missed. I can't hardly see the comments right there. I got the thing in there, but I'll look in a minute. Now, about your own personal power. The one thing that King James gave away, that after learning that I was way off track on, but knowing that book and studying that book, or the books in that book, the stories in that book, was the one, I believe it's in, where is it, 2 Timothy, where the woman said she could touch, no, my bad, it's in Romans, where the woman said she just could touch Jesus' robe, that she would be healed. In her mind, she thought, if I can touch Jesus' robe, all I gotta do is touch it. He don't even see me. I'll be healed. She crawled on her fucking, according to the parable, she crawled on her hands and knees. And she got up behind Jesus, He touched the robe, and she fucking was healed. And Jesus turned around and said, "Who touched me?" But he didn't ever say that he healed her. It wasn't because she touched his robe. It's because she believed that she would be healed. And there's a whole story in that story behind that. So maybe do some reading. Not listening to the preacher. Not listening to the teacher. Once you've listened to them, that should spark your imagination. I want to know. I want to know this now. So go know it. This loyalty thing to a party or a president has got everybody now in doubt of what your rights are. Even though, to me, rights are just for fucking slaves. But fine, it's all you got. You feel like it's all you got. It's got everybody in doubt about what the rights are. It's allowing them to write laws and to change these things right in our face. If you cannot see what they have taken us to and where we are going even deeper into fascism, then you're fucking blind and you want to be. And for you, fuck you. Fuck you, blind loyalists. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I mean, wow, man, you know how many fucking people on the left broke my heart because they're dead from the vaccine because they did what the party told them to? I got 4 of them out there in California and Oregon. The 3 brothers that I call the Cube brothers, that created their own strain of psilocybin cubanism and became almost overnight millionaires. And my brother Mike, who was just a fucking diehard liberal and a deadhead, and had the best liquid acid I've ever done in my fucking life, and a great friend. And they took it because they hated Trump. They all died within a week of each other. They did that to themselves, and I had to accept that. I couldn't go get mad like I did when my mom took the flu shot and I found out that the batch number and the lot number matched in Bears, the same batch number and lot number that killed 82,479 other seniors. Or 78 other seniors. She was the 82,479 senior. I wanted to go kill that Hindu doctor that gave it to her. I never in my life, never so calmly thought something out that I wasn't going to make no big thing about it. You're going to walk up to him, probably from behind, and just blow his fucking brains out. A young man named John Gwynn, I told that to him. I said, I need to get down to Columbus, Georgia. He said, Bill, don't do it. That'll be on your soul forever. So to say I don't listen to somebody younger than me, I listen to everybody. Some of you I can hear, and some of you I listen to, but I listen to everybody. You know, the 2 ears, 1 mouth thing. Why do I listen? Because we're all got something to say. Not opinions, not the opinions. Oh, I gotta give me something to blow my nose. Put on this mouth. Here we go. I'm starting to get choked up over here now. You listen because you never stop learning. And when somebody's got something to say out of when they care about you, that's when you should listen the most. I can think of one time, I mean, maybe there is, and I may think about it later or come up with it, and I'll tell you if I did, because I'm honest like that. But I said something that was just for me. When you can see people following people off the cliff. Maybe you're up in a tree or something because you don't want to be around people. And you see where they're all going. And you see the ones that are caught in the middle. And they're getting a sense like something ain't right. I don't see, there's not that many people in front of me anymore. Something ain't right. And they can't stop because the people behind them are following the people in front of them. That's what you're fucking doing. And the motion's there. It's all forward motion to death. Everything in that beautiful house with the refrigerator that's got the computer screen and the fucking camera on it, so you gotta open the door no more. You just look at there and it'll give you the grocery list of everything that you eat and shouldn't eat, and it's right there. the fucking vacuum cleaner that just bounces around the house all day and you don't even got to push it no more. All those little things, all those gizmos, all those gadgets. The smartphone. What has it done to you? Be fucking honest about that. Has it improved your life? Or has it made rich people with bunches of money that can throw at stupid and bad ideas, like a camera looking into the refrigerator? It runs more electricity, by the way, than opening the fucking refrigerator door. But anyway, I'm not going to ask you to name it right here. Has it improved your life? We spend our lives improving their lives by making this shit for them, by buying it, by consuming it, and by dying from it. Work, buy, consume, die. Work, buy, consume, die. That is the mantra of the American worker, or wow, citizen. I didn't ever like the word citizen. It was a label word. I didn't care for any of the labels I've ever been given, from sailor to machinist or anything else. At least machinist, I was somebody that could make something. I make anything but Chinese babies, and I get them half right. But what I wound up working around was a bunch of guys like me that were, very good at math, very good at creating things, very good at imagination, very good at measuring, blah, blah, blah. And where does that come? They get bored. They get their machine running. They're running some stuff. They sit around and they talk. What do they talk about? In most machine shops, they talk about politics. The church, you go to church, they talk about politics. Everything about the school system's about politics. Everything about anywhere you go. You sit down and you meet new people. Hey, how you doing? Oh, by the way, I see you wearing that red MAGA, that Chinese MAGA hat. I guess you like Trump. Well, what about this and that? They politicized everything, including your rights now. They politicized everything, from our planet down to what they stick into your kid when they're 12 hours old. Now they're saying don't do it, and the people out there saying, well, I want my vaccine. They're not doing that to save you. They're doing that to save them. Because they're going to have a one shot for all vaccine now. It's going to be labeled a flu vaccine. And by the way, in 2018, 220,000 people died from the flu. 2019, 235,000 people died from the flu. In 2020, 240,000 people died from the coronavirus. You couldn't see through that because you wanted to believe. You didn't want to know. The two types of people, those that want to believe and those that want to know. So I challenge you as your brother. Get to be the person that wants to know. Stay away from the things you don't know until you know. And that way, when you go into a debate, which you should have left in high school, by the way, after high school, debating don't really mean too goddamn much. Apply these things to your life. Apply them to your children's life. Live the change. And people, if they'll see it, and they'll either, it gives you an opportunity to talk to them about it, but if you're half-assed with it, if you don't know, if you're giving the lowest form of knowledge, your opinion, then it goes back to debating. Because there is no answer, because nobody knows. A bunch of people that don't know talking about something they know nothing about, but they want to sound smart talking about it. So what do? They sound like their party's leaders. They sound like the people they trust out here. To me, you sound like the people that are walking to the gallows. And you're wondering if there's some kind of freedom at the end of that rope. If there's something to learn from it. Is it really going to be death? Is it really going to hurt my neck? Is it really going to do this or that or the other? The more you sit there and you debate, the more you sit there and you argue or bicker. Hey, Maria, how you doing, honey? Well, you're with your brother, your sister out here. You've lost energy, you've lost time, and you cannot get them back. Trust me when I tell you, you cannot get the time back. You've taken away from your own living, your own life, the one choice in life that was yours, and they've stolen from you. You know, born, live, you die. The living part was all you had. You don't have to live inside of this system. You don't have to comply with anything out there. But you need to know things when you talk about them. I have refused, and I've told y'all this, and it's one of the reasons why I blocked this one sister, and I loved her to death. Wow, you know, but when I sit here and I can help folks out the best I can with their health, and they actually get their health back, or some of these right-wingers out here that have actually, they cured their cancer, and then you want to call me a fucking libtard or something because I went against your narrative of the man you pull for? I'm not, it makes me want to stop sometimes, but I'm not going to stop. But here's what I got to say. Fuck you. You're that fucking ungrateful for your fucking life, your fucking health, that you would just dog cuss a brother because I don't like to, I don't put political stuff up. I'm sorry that these people are political figures. They are destroying our lives. They have already destroyed our republic. They destroyed many people that I love, and they're not here no more. And my only way of getting back without doing something stupid is getting people away from them. How do you get somebody, how do you pull them from the furnace of the fucking political fires? Huh? How do you pull them out of that? You rag their fucking ass. You challenge them by having them read your stuff. Oh, that shit can't be true, and then they go look it up. And that worked for me for almost 20 years on fucking YouTube. People, that's how I got some of my best friends, was by putting things out blatant. Truth. Right there in their face. They'll go look it up themselves instead of going to find somebody that they believe is telling them the truth. They sound good. They look good on paper. So when you're going to sit there and tell another man like me that I only have the right to peacefully assemble, I already knew that. I rattle off the rest of the fucking Constitution and Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence for you if it would make a difference. But if you think I'm going to sit out to change the world and hold a sign that's got something written on there that I want to say, I ain't the one. How about that? I just ain't the one. Hey, Shane, how you doing, brother? Hey, Russ, what's going on, brother? And Russ right there, I mean, I'm not throwing you under the bus either, Russ. Russ and I have been butted heads. I mean, he's gotten pretty fired up at me because I've said things blatant to him. He said things blatant to me. When you learn to talk to each other again like that and realize talking to each other, not talking at each other. And I hope I'm right about this, Russ. I mean, I feel like I am. That's where we learn from each other. Yeah, we might get butthurt for a day or two, or might not say something to each other. Wow. I mean, people do that online anyway without those type of talks. Man, go, that's tough talk. That's real talk. That maybe not needed right now. We need to be more politically correct. That's one of them things I got to ask once again. Where did that get you? Political correctness, trying to be nice about something. That's what they needed the whole time. Now, there's people get out there, the debaters like Charlie Kirk and Dean Withers and that kind of crew. Well, Charlie Kirk, that's him about Holler right now. And they talk about things and they debate them, right? And everybody's saying, well, listen, they're smart. But it's the same fucking talking points. It's like going to see the same movie, just in a different movie theater. It's like, man, let's go see Jaws. Well, not Jaws. Let's leave Jaws out of it. Let's go see Star Wars again. That didn't scare me to get in order. But man, next week it's playing over here at this other movie theater. Hey, it's in the same movie theater in Denver, but I'm going to go watch that one in Las Vegas. That's what debating is. You only debate talking points. Rights are written down. They're not open for interpretation, but all of a sudden they become open for interpretation. The only thing out there that's open for interpretation, which should not be, is the Bible. I would think that the Word of God, if it really came from God, would be understood by every single person that read it. So they wouldn't risk going to hell or whatever. Another thing is, if you can't even look at that kind of stuff and go back to the original stories of all these things that we go by, the original story of creation is we were cloned to be slaves, to do whatever the Anunnaki wanted us to do, which I think is terraform this earth. How long does it take to terraform a planet? I don't know. About 12,500 years later? Maybe about 12,500 years. But I don't know that, see? So that's not something I get out there and want to go talk about. Hey, Kathy, let's me and you debate about who created who. And by the way, everybody out there was not created by God. I'm sorry. Adam and Eve were created by God. Everybody else was procreated from them. So get that part right. That's knowing something. Your belief says, oh, I'm created in God's image. Now, you were created in the image of your mom and dad and whoever had the strongest gene pool, unless somebody was messing around with a mailman, and he's going to look pretty much like your mom or the mailman. And I'm just joking around a little bit because I can't believe I'm living in a day and age, or we are living in a day and age, where you get this wonderful, real, true love for people. And at just in time, just watch them destroy their fucking selves. And you with them. And everything's so simple. One of the basics first fucking things that we should all have stuck in our mind. No planet, no life. No life, no future. Okay? So no planet, no life, no future for the kids. So that's supposed to all be important, right? And it is. The other thing is live and let live. And yes, I like the Wiccan credo. But I'm not a Wiccan. But also, I don't go walking through some spiritual grocery store and saying, oh, look over here, that's fresh. I'm going to get a little bit of this Hinduism right here, and I'm going to add it to some of this Judaism, and I'm going to add it to some of this evangelist. No, I better not get nothing evangelist. I heard that's got a lot of gluten in it. I better not eat that. It might make me fat. Might make me racist. It might make me hate God and my fellow man. But I don't know. I'm not evangelist. And how they taken religion, which means to tie or bind the mind, by the way, and tied and bound the minds of so many people that we love. But now it's politics, it's the new religion. It's the new normal, right? So we got all these new things. New religion, new rights, new interpretation, new party meanings, party principles. You Republicans, y'all are the new liberals. I don't give a rat's ass what you say. And you liberals, you're just the old liberals, but you fight now, and I like that. So, but you're loyal to people that don't even exist as leaders, even though you think you voted them in, even though you think they're there to take care of your welfare and your benefits and blah, blah, blah. They take care of the corporations that own this shit. And now, the technocracy that owns this. These technocrats have really worked their way up since 1930, y'all. You might want to go look at it's not technocrats like the tech billionaires. Yeah, tech's in the word. But this is something that was created back in 1930. It was so frigging fascist, that even Hitler turned it down. Ran them off. Wouldn't even send them to Palestine like they did the rest of the Eastern European Jews. As Nazis. I guess I'm not supposed to say that or something. I'm going to tell you something about Jewish people. Now don't be fucking with them. It's the leadership. Just like you Maganites. Nobody going to get out there and send you to Nuremberg trials. But you're going to get your ass chewed at when this is over and you say, oh, I see the light now. It's going to be like, I wish you'd have seen it then. We wouldn't have had to watch so many people die. We don't have to die, y'all. Like this. Your rights are going to kill you. Your rights are going to have you murder other people or accept their murder. So just watch women and mothers just jump on a bandwagon on another mother to pull up her record. Oh, she had a bad record. Does that mean she's supposed to be murdered? Oh, she's only got one of her kids. Now your kid ain't got no fucking mom. And you out there saying it's a psyop? Wow, that's just as bad as denying it. Why? Because her name is Good and Plenty. Good and Pretty. Now, I said Good and Plenty the other night to make a joke about it. Might as well be in that than to be watching a movie. Yeah, that would have been a better conspiracy. Oh, their names were Good and Plenty. That's like the snack at the movie theater. So this is all fake. It's a show. You're fired from the community, the conspiracy world, by the way. Now you got to go back to square one, kindergarten. Go back to JFK and work your way back up, because you fucking lost your fucking mind. And it's pretty or something like that. It's not pretty. They didn't call him pretty. He probably busted him in the mouth. The man served. The man was a good man. And he was legal in what he was doing. But now, man, he brandished a gun. No, he didn't. In a video, when you see something with your eyes, but you believe your masters, you go the fuck away from me. I deal with reality. The best reality that we can get is with our eyes and our ears. All right? You see it, and then you just go along with something else. Oh, he had extra clips. You didn't see the guy putting the extra clips on him? But that don't matter. I don't give a fuck if he walks in there with an AR-15 like Rittenhouse did. Murdered 2 people and shot another one. And that was white folks at a Black Lives Matter rally. And they said, well, Bill, he was there to protect the local businesses from being burned down. That's not the business of a 17-year-old punk holding a fucking goddamn weapon like that. But that was okay. All those fucking traitors that went up and stormed the Capitol on January 6th that had all the M6 and the fucking AR-15s and all that stuff, that was okay, wasn't it? Man, now look how they twisted you, right wing. Next, you're going to be handing your guns over. You'll probably saw them in half for them like they did in fucking Australia. And see stacks of mountains of beautiful weapons. Well, not just double-barrel shotguns and shit. Not weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction is like the power of suggestion. Weapons of mass destruction is political parties. You say, well, Bill, what about nuclear bombs? It takes those 2 things to set the nuclear bomb off. What the fuck? Hey, man, is Einstein so fucking brilliant? Who would make something like that, even if they could? No, we had to do it before the Russians. No, we didn't. See, that's the fucking shit y'all fall for. Because you fall for the rights. You fall for liberty. You want some justice? I'm going to tell you like my grandmama told me. My 10-year-old girlfriend killed herself because her dad was raping her. I was really upset about it. I mean, I was breaking shit in the house, and they wouldn't do nothing. They left me alone. And my grandma, after a while, got tired of seeing her stuff being broke. But she said, come here, Billy. Come here, boy. She said, I'm going to tell you something right now. If that ever happens, nothing's going to happen to that man. You can sit there and talk about him being killed. Why ain't they took him to jail, Grandmama? Why ain't they done this, Grandmama? I don't have an answer for that, son, except we're poor. They're poor. There's no justice for poor people. So if they ever do that to your sisters, if they ever do that to your mom, if they ever do that to me, son, you've got to go kill them. Because they will not take care of justice for poor people. And the last I looked in America, black folks, a lot of Hispanic folks, and a lot of white folks are poor people. If you want justice, I'm sorry. I'm not inciting violence. I'm just being very real about this. From probably the wisest woman, it may not be to you. You didn't know her. And well, if you got something to say, then say it, but I don't care. But the wisest woman I ever knew. And it made all the sense in the world to me. Because I never seen a rich person that couldn't drive no more after a DUI, even if they hit somebody. They just paid it off. Never seen a rich person even have to pay for a speeding ticket. I watched rich people walk into stores and the store owner just give them stuff. When the guy behind them be a nickel short, he couldn't get his stuff. Oh, here you go there, Mr. Rich Man. Let me do that dance for you. You come on back and do some business with us, even though I didn't make no money off of you, because you're rich. You got it in your head. It's been programmed into your fucking head to suck these people's fucking asses. When we made them. We fucking made them. Y'all. That would be the one thing before I walked out the door that I'd let my business owner know. When they sit there and try to belittle me about something or tell me how to run my job that they hired me to do, and they got wealthy off of extra bass boats, extra stuff, not just something, not just the one thing. And I say, now you can go out there and do it. Now, you think you're going to talk to me like that way and I made you? Now, you just fuck off. Man, by the end of the day, they'd be, come on back, Bill. What the hell, son? Come on, we were just fussing. Ain't you fuss, man? Why's everything got to be absolutes with you? Because I live in a world of absolutes. I don't live in the what if but world. Maybe. I don't live there. I tried it one time and it damn near fucking killed me, and it did kill my mom. It did kill my older sister. It did kill my daughter. It's killed everything that I've ever fucking loved. It's the what if world. It's the belief world. I have faith in what I can put my fucking hands on and take care of myself. I trust my friends. But that's the people that I let in. I love everybody else. But who am I going to put my life in anybody's hands? I got 2 dogs, and I'm working on the 3rd one that I could probably say I'd do that with. Because many of us out here, including myself, we shouldn't be here. Not in the capacity that we're living in. Not in the capacity that we're destroying things in. And it's not about all love and dancing around with rainbows blowing out our ass and singing fucking Beatles songs or something. You know how you get peace, right? You take it. And when they take it from you, you got to take it back. And if they keep taking it from you, you got to eliminate the source of your peace being robbed. Now, that's not me. That comes from one of the most peaceful religions over in India, in the world. I don't want to see these people gone and served the justice from the law that they were supposed to uphold. I want to see them die because they deserve it. I want to see them die because I love the people that they've destroyed. Not because I hate them. Because they destroyed the people that I love. And watching the way that black folks have been treated all these years of my life. Watching the way white trash like me gets treated all my life. How people get looked at and smiled upon or frowned upon because of how they look. You know, that's to see their fucking bank account. You can go walk into a place and look wealthy. You're going to get treated wealthy. You walk in there looking like me, they're going to be grabbing their purse. That's fine. Yeah, I want you to see that. I want you to look at me because I'm being me. Have I gone a little bit crazy? That's beside the point. And I think that's pretty well known. But who wouldn't? And that's not an excuse. That's just a good rhetorical question. Who wouldn't go crazy and run away from this? See, that's the one thing I haven't done. And I'm not. There's something inside of me that tells me that to cower away from anything that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing right now in these dark days, that there won't even be an afterlife for me to get judged in. I'll have complete separation from anything. And sometimes, not unlike yourself, I think that separation would be nice. To not be put into situations or lives or paradigms that I have to go outside of my nature. But we got to. You know, like I said many, many times, if life was easy, everybody'd be living it, wouldn't they? But I guarantee you that my lifestyle is far more easier overall, holistically, than anybody out there that works a 40-hour work week, or anybody out there that supports a group of people, or whatever. Because time's an illusion. And it's something that we really don't have a lot of. We're already on a bullshit calendar. Everybody's got a bullshit clock and a bullshit watch. And it's all things to remind slaves when to be slaves, when they can eat, when they can sleep. There's another several species out there that do the same, that they do the same thing to cattle, swine, chickens, prisoners, school children. Think about that. You think about that. Cattle get free health care. They get free housing, free food, free water. They get a free walk up the ramp. They get a free sledgehammer bashed into their fucking skull. And then they're sold for bunches and bunches of money. The people that want some free food. And there you go. That's the equivalent of being a good, compliant citizen in this world. In this system that we live in. Now look at the hog. That big fat son of a bitch sitting in his pen. He can't even get up and walk around, really. He's in his own crap. The farmer comes over with a bucket of whatever, because pigs eat whatever, and they need to eat whatever so they can be fat and make plenty of bacon. It's no good for nobody. He dumps it over in there. He gets up and he's eating the slop. Just mixed in with his fucking shit. He's in his pen. He looks around at all the other hogs. I got the best slop. The master loves me the best. Look at my pen. It smells like good shit like it's supposed to. I can waller in it all fucking day. I weigh 10 more pounds than you do. He's gonna love me all the way into that building in there. I don't know why they're in there squealing. It's gotta be a good place to go. The master took me there. But you can't walk away, and you're going to have to start doing more, because we're getting critical. We are critical. Now, I'm not going to be around much longer. A lot of y'all ain't. We got to start passing things down. Now, I made a decision in my own life to make that priority. Hey, Adam. Hey, Don. How y'all doing? I've been kind of hiding out. Matter of fact, I ain't kind of. Been hiding out. Been hiding from y'all, even though I'm right here. I stay away from people. When I want to meet anybody new, I don't want to love them. Love is pain, man. Like real love, genuine love. Like, I love you. Wow. There you are. And then something fucked up happens. Or I see you not going down a path that I don't think you should go down. I'm talking about blatant shit we should not be doing. Like being loyal to parties that when there's no parties and it's an all illusion. But then you see them die a metaphorical death. Or you see them on a fucking slab. Putting them in the ground. That's which to me is the fucking damnedest thing. They're not there no more. They're dead. Or they're dead to you. That's why you don't get in these relationships and you build a relationship. It's not based on, hey, he's got a good job right now and I got a good round ass and he likes it. Let's just go get it on. Make it happen. Just make it happen. That's one of the biggest mistakes I ever seen in my life. You know, a couple with somebody. It's not working out. Let's get married. Okay, let's get married. Oh, wow, you got me a ring. That's nice. I mean, I can't see that diamond, but it's good. I love you. Now you're married, right? We're married, man. The marriage's going sour. Let's have a kid. Yeah, let's make a family. Then we'll love each other more and we'll be together. Now you think there's so many kids out there that come from one-parent homes? What happens to those kids? And they become some fucking recluse like me that cusses at people through a fucking screen. You know, they become a danger to society. Or they hurt their kids. They hurt other people trying to get that relationship that their mom and dad can never have. They'll hate one of those two people that gave them life. I was very lucky not to know my father. I probably would have killed him. But that's my business. Hey, Brenda, how you doing, honey? I just want to keep things real on this one major point. You can get all the rights you in the world written down on a piece of paper. The Bill of Rights. They can tweak them and mess with them and tell you that they've gotten better or you don't need this anymore. It's outdated. We got your back. You don't need to secure yourself or your stuff in your home. We're just going to come in and look at it, make sure that there's no illegals in there, and that you're living safe, and that the government's not ripping you off. Or you can step away from this shit, and I mean fucking run away from it. Find something. Start working towards it. How about that? Start working towards it. Talk it up. Give power to words. That's the first step anyway. Come back to the mother. She misses you anyway. She remembers you when you were a little kid. You couldn't let a mud puddle go by without stepping in it. You had to pick up every frog and cricket you saw. Come back home. That's the only thing that saved my life, y'all. And your love and support, you caring. We got that for each other here in this tribe. And I don't care what people, how they misconstrue the definition of the word tribe. This is a great group of people, and I'm very honored and very humbled to be a part of it. And I don't even know why you listen to me sometimes. Do I want to make better at it? I don't want to feel like I'm failing you all the time. I don't want to feel like I'm hiding out. I'm really tired of fucking crying. But I miss some people and some critters so fucking bad, y'all. But I don't let it take me away from the living part. And I do think, what would they say if I was, being a sad sack all the time? What would they say if I just, I got to just get away and not even talk to nobody for 2 or 3 days? What would they think about me? What would Trigger think about me? What would Urban think about me? What would Bitch think about me? I know what my mom would think about me and my older sister. They tell me to get my head out my ass and get back living. But they ain't. But I think they are. That's the part of me that wants to believe. Hey Kay, how you doing, honey? Hey darling, how you doing? And Erica, how y'all doing? I don't want to know. I want to believe on that aspect. Because it helps me get through every day. And somehow, I don't know if it's the Aries or whatever in me, but wanting some payback and knowing that we can beat this without a drop of blood being shed, it's just like gives me all kind of insight. It gives me ideas. It gives me purpose. If I was stuck on a job, which I am in a way, but if I was stuck on a job and had to report every day, that's, with me, I work 10 hours. By the way, you work 10 hours in a machine job, that's 10 hours a day. And then probably another 6 or 7 hours I'm too tired of doing anything, and then I'm asleep the rest of the time. That I couldn't do nothing to fight back. But if you really want to fight back, drop as much as you can of the system. The control that they have over you. The domestication. The need for the bling bling and the money. Start living more simple. Get your health back. And be free. And that way when you die, you'll die living. And people look back and say, wow, yeah, some bitch right there. I didn't want to see him naked in that thunderstorm, but he goddamn was living his way. Damn, wish I could have done that. Think about that, y'all. Everything they got, especially rights and liberties and justice, are traps. Just like domestication and this fucking cushy ass system. Okay? You want to start thinking straight? I'll put that up in a minute. That's something that'll rock your world. Anyway, and come back to the mother. That's the best advice I could give anybody right now. You would not regret it in one kind of way. Anyway, I love y'all. And I am y'all. Don't live in fear.